71% of customers make purchases from businesses that adhere to their values. So what does that mean when it comes to telling the story for your organization? I often get that question a lot when I'm in conversation with different organizations about, hey, how do you go about telling this story? So I want to walk you through our thought process when it comes to this. Step one, we start all the way at the end and think about what action do you want your audience to take? And this could be for multiple audiences, but let's just say we're talking about one right now. So when you determine what that action is, then we're going to go to step two. What messages do they need to hear that would motivate them to take that action? Right? And it could be multiple, but I really want to hone in here on the key message, the key value, the key thing that they need to hear that would make them take the action you want them to take. And then step three is really determining what stories do we need to help shape and tell that communicate those messages that then help motivate that audience to take the action you want them to take. And those stories can come down to determining what voices need to share a certain message, what visuals we need to share to shape that story. And that's where the visual aspect of our storytelling really starts to take shape and comes into play. So I want to give you an example of what this could look like. Let's say this organization is a nonprofit embarking on a capital campaign, and they support individuals and families with autism from birth through adulthood. So the action that they want to take throughout this capital campaign is what? Well, they want people to donate, right? So in thinking about the message that they want to communicate with a particular donor, let's just go ahead and say that this audience is a business owner who hires employees with disabilities. So since this organization supports individuals and families from birth to adulthood, they could cover a lot of different programs and a lot of different areas of impact. Since this particular audience really seems to focus in their work or prioritize the impact on adults with disabilities, we may message something about their job seeking program, or we may message something about the programs they have related to empowering adults with disabilities to find employment, to update their resume, and to go through interviewing and job training skills. So that is a tailored message that we would create based on the action we want that individual to take during the capital campaign. And then the third piece, in terms of what the stories are and how those take shape, that could be a focus on a specific program around employment. And then we can interview one of those individuals who has found success through that program, and highlight what they've learned through that program. And then we're starting to tailor things that specifically appeal to that donor and tie into the action we want them to take. So what I love about this is that it's really an authentic alignment of values between what that audience wants and what you already do. But instead of creating a one-size-fits-all for everyone, it's tailoring the message and the stories to communicate what that particular audience member wants to hear. So I hope that helps explain how we work, how we think through telling your story, creating your key messages that help you most impactfully connect with your audience and also drive you to the goals that you want to achieve. If you want to talk more about this and kind of brainstorm what this could look like for your organization, I'd be happy to chat. Find my contact information below.